In Ontario, just outside of Canada's capital, Ottawa. Doug Cross here bringing you NACRA Sevens Rugby Championships and Rugby World Cup qualifiers for 2013, along with Marlene Donaldson and Heather Moyse. And we're just setting up for the first women's game of the day, an historic game. It's going to be Canada taking on Mexico. The reason it's historic, first time Canada's ever played at home in international sevens. Perennial world warriors, one of the #1 ranked teams in the world, and they get to play in front of what's turning into a packed house here at Twin Elms Rugby Park. As we get ready to get underway, we'll bring the lineups as we have stoppages, etc. So Heather, must be exciting to watch these folks play.
It is pretty exciting. It's been a long time since I've been here at Twin Elms, but it's the pitch looks great, and I know the girls are ready to play today.
Mexico is going to kick off here. Mexico playing left to right on your scheme, Canada right to left. Clean take by the captain, Jen Kish. She immediately cycles it out wide. Some good fast ball. And a drop ball by Canada. They clean up their own mess though. Step out of a couple of tackles. Now here's a chance. Mexico making some big tackles here early on. Spin ball out to Kish. That's number 3, Megan Gibbs. She's still on her feet. Kish agonizingly at her fingertips. Mexico with the turnover ball. It's been non-stop action from the kickoff. Now there's Kish trying to wriggle her way out, and that's going to be the first score of the morning. Karen Paquin and Marlene Donaldson. Boy, just no quit in this Canadian team.
Yeah, they've got up to a really good start. You can see the pace of Canada, and this is a really interesting team right now because there's a lot of young players, and they're really excited to play and show tape what they have.
So it was Kish.
Nice, yeah, great try by Paquin. Just their support was awesome, and that's what sevens is all about.
So Mexico will kick the ball off to Canada again. It's a bit of a twist to the conversion is missed, so it's 5-0 for Canada after just 1 minute of play. If you're new to the sevens game, it is 2 7-minute halves, 14 minutes total, a 1 minute break in the middle. And Heather, if that sounds easy, it's not.
It's not easy at all, Doug. It's a very fast game. It's basically sprint intervals over and over and over, and it's the longest 15 minutes of your life.
And I said Mexico is going to kick off, got it reversed here. Magali Harvey is going to get this underway for Canada. The restart so important. It's got to go 10 meters where that white line is. Just off the fingertips, it stays Canada's side as Karen Paquin, the try scorer, gets to it. Now Kish acting as the distributor out to Kayla Maleshi. And now that's number 10, Julianne Zussman. And she is going to score. No, she passes off. And that gets out to Maleshi with great support. And boy, you can see the cohesiveness of this Canadian team.
Yeah. There's definitely some girls, and there's a lot of girls that actually played in this area. I know Zussman, who made that great run just now, she plays for TMR, but she also used to play for the Ottawa Irish. And there's Zussman there. You see her with the ball, switching the ball to the other hand like an experienced player does. Great offload, and then you have Maleshi in for the try.
Maleshi, one of the young guns on this team coming out of BC, and boy, just so much excitement around this player.
Maleshi came out firing right from the beginning with her introduction to the centralized Carter program, and she's doing a great job so far.
So Canada into a quick 12-0 lead, and they'll restart this, kicking off to Mexico. So Harvey, what she wants to do is a high kick that her players can get under. In this instance, Mexico's knocked it on. Canada taking it right there. Jennifer Kish stumbling, but getting that ball cleanly now. She's just a few meters out, and that's going to be Megan Gibbs scoring. And that's how quick this game goes. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and it's another try.
And that's where that endurance is needed, Doug. This is sprints after sprints, and right now they've just done half the field 3 times in less than 3 minutes.
Taking a look at this again, it's Kish.
Yeah, and you see, these girls know each other so well now. Megan knows what Kish is going to do. Megan knows that she has to be there for the offload.
coming up from the bottom. But the Canadians really need to use these games. I mean, just because they're winning by a lot, they need to use these games to build up points and to work on things that they need to work on. And so for them, they do need to keep the pressure up and keep going.
So Canada trying to get possession back from Mexico. Mexico's had almost zero possession so far in this game, and that trend going to continue. And now a penalty against Mexico for holding on to the ball in the tackle. Quick ball out, and that was Gibbs. Harvey now. She decides to hold on to it. Right decision. She'll cross the line as she's getting tackled. And, I mean, this score's just running up in a hurry.
This is going to be a blowout, Doug. But like I said, the Canadians really need to keep this up and practice their support and offloads.
Yeah, Magali she just loves to shake and bake. She's a real, you'll see her like bopping and you know, shaking and baking all throughout this tournament. And that's what she likes to do. She has a great sidestep.
So now, would Harvey be looking to slow things down a bit by taking her time with the kicks and things like that?
These girls are really fit. She probably doesn't have to slow things down at this point. They're looking really good. And we know whenever you're on offense, you're less tired than when you're playing defense. And right now, Canada's definitely on the attack.
If you thought basketball was high scoring, it's got nothing on sevens. I mean, here we are, 24-0 with 5 minutes gone. This Mexican team's got, you know, another 7-minute half to withstand.
Yeah, this is going to feel like a very, very long game for Mexico.
Harvey with the restart. That was a bit long, but I think that was more intentional to get the Mexicans under pressure inside their own 22. Canada so good at getting that ball back. Kish with a crunching tackle at the same moment. Karen Paquin makes a hit. And now Mexico striving to get up there with Elizabeth Serrano-Rosilio. And now another stolen ball. Kish holding on to it, the switch. And a tremendous job by Karen Paquin, her second of this first half. And quality stuff, and you can hear by the reaction of the crowd, they're going, wow, look at these women.
Well, that's just the maturity that Kish has developed. That you know, she knew the switch, she created that play, and she made it happen. So her support player didn't really have to do anything, she just had to be there.
For some of our viewers seeing this game for the first time, these Canadian women went for an 18-month period where they went undefeated in tournaments around the world, won every tournament they went into. And now, after the Olympics are over, they're into a 4-year cycle headed to Rio de Janeiro. And we've got an Olympic medalist in Heather Moyse here. And boy, it came just a little too late for you, but how exciting is it to bring this sport into the Olympics?
It's amazing. I think it's been a long time coming. I feel like it should have been an Olympic sport ages ago, because it is what, I mean, it's in so many countries around the world, and it's a passion in so many countries around the world, and my opinion is it's about time.
So 29-0 the score, and you know, throughout the day we'll be talking about what sport going into the Olympics means for financial support, for what the athletes have to do to get ready for the Olympic level of things. But this Canadian team right now showing that they're going to be deserving of a spot in the Olympics in Rio. Jen Kish making another crunching tackle, another stolen ball, and that's been the story of this first half for Mexico. They touch the ball and Canada steals it, getting it out to Bianca Farella now. And there, she's going to take that ball across the line. And really, the tackling non-existent at this point as the Mexican ladies are just exhausted after 7 minutes.
The opposition team would not want Bianca Farella going through that hole. She's probably one of the fastest players on the team. So that's the last person you really want to be letting through a hole, because she's going to finish.
So once the kick is completed, it will be halftime, and we're going to welcome in our guest. And I called him rugby royalty, Al Sharon. He didn't like to hear that, but he is the quintessential representative of Ottawa rugby, a longtime senior men's player. And, you know, Twin Elm, I used to play with Al. I was on the same club as Al, about 4 teams below him. But Twin Elms is our stomping grounds, and we're at halftime. Al, how do you like having all this sevens activity out here?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I think it's great for the rugby community, but for the Ottawa sports enthusiasts to have this type of event here. I think it's a long time coming for Canada to have this. I'd like to see something like this, you know, in other parts of the country over the course of the years. If we get something on a regular basis, certainly grow the game, grow the fan base. As you can see, as you know, Doug, it's a exciting sport, and the men and women, both from the national team, are showing their way right now. Unbelievably, and it's exciting to watch. And as a Canadian, it makes me certainly proud.
When you were playing, there was no such thing as women's sevens, and now look at how good. I mean, that was very small compared to what it is.
Yeah, but certainly you're right. It's growing unbelievably now, and you know, our women's team, to be able to be called the #1 team in the world in rugby, it speaks volumes for for the players and the coaching staff. You know, it's fun to watch them. It's the skills that they're showing out there are right up there with the best in the world. When I'm talking men's here, it's fun to watch. They're athletic. And again, like just to repeat myself, you're proud as a Canadian to watch them perform as they do.
Coach John Tate giving some instructions. Not sure much needed to be said there other than keep going forward. For Mexicans, probably a lot of different instructions going on there. And so we're going to go. Thanks very much to Al for dropping in and saying hi. And we're going to be back to regular action as the Mexicans give their own little cheer to try and get themselves on the scoreboard here, down 36-0 after a tough first half.
Yeah, well, Doug, we spoke with the Mexican manager earlier just before the game, and their goal is not to beat the Canadians today. Their goal is to be #1 in the Caribbean department and come out second over the entire tournament. So they kind of came in knowing that Canada was going to be the long shot to beat, and their goal is kind of to finish first among the Caribbean countries. Right,
so managing expectations, and that's probably a smart way to go as Canada will get this underway. Maglia Harvey doing a lot of kicking in this game so far for restarts, and she'll start the second half as well. So now she's looking for a recoverable kick here, and that was just the right height and weight, but unfortunately a foot went into touch there, and Mexico will have the line out, Marlene.
This might be the first line out of the game, actually, and we'll see what, I'm sure Mexico came back from the half, and they probably had some words, the coach had some words with them, and I think they're going to come back with a stronger second half here.
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of nerves out there when you're facing a team the quality of Canada that you forget that they still can be tackled and brought down and everything, and you've got to play within yourself. Good clean ball by Mexico, some of the best action we've actually seen from them, but now the ball a little too far in the pass. The forward pass is going to produce a scrum for Canada. And Heather, this is a great spot for a scrum for the speed merchants like you.
Yeah, this would be
field split, and there's just nothing but
this
acreage.
Is an ideal situation for someone who has speed, because you've got a lot of green space on both sides. So really, it's just a matter of having a couple of decoy runners, and then you've got a lot of green to work with. So this would be a favorite scrum for me.
Mexico trying to match up their numbers here. Clean ball out, and now that's a take by number 5, Julia Greenshields. Big tackle who shakes the ball loose. Bianca Farella now. Quick spin pass from Greenshields. Amanda Thornborough getting clean ball out. Now that's number 8, Britt Ben, and she'll score under the posts. And Maglia Harvey will thank her for that. A nice easy kick coming up for her.
Yes, Brittany Ben is an exciting player in this program, and she's coming on strong, and I think we should expect to see some great things from her if she continues the way she's playing right now.
Great fend off by Ben to complete the run. Mexican tackler was coming in, and she, it's completely legal. Extend your forearm and fend off the would-be tackler.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of straight arm.
So that 7-pointer will nudge the score up to 43-0. And the teams here, it's a quick game, 14 minutes, but then they'll get a couple hours break to recover. What are you doing in those recovery periods as a former player, Marlene? What would you be doing to just stay off your feet, drink lots of fluids?
During the recovery period? Well, in sevens, you don't have a lot of time to think. You're probably, thinking about what do I want to do better the next time? How can I make my next play, or how can I get more into the game? And those are usually what you're thinking about. I find players are quite critical of themselves, so you always want to do better each time.
Julia Greenshields didn't get that ball 10 meters as a result of an indirect penalty, and Mexico will take a tap ball here from center, unlike in 15s where you'd likely have a scrum from that kind of mistake. It's a tap ball, and honestly a free play. Argument could have been made for crossing there, but no real tackle attempt made by Canada. Big tackle put in on number 9 there, Rosa Andriana Rivero Campos. They have got some full names, these Mexican ladies.
Yeah, Heather and I spent some time making sure we talked to the manager about how to pronounce them.
Britt Ben making a half break there, but the ball shaken loose, but didn't go forward. Now that's Greenshields taking that to ground. Or sorry, it's Greenshield, yeah, and Ben getting that. And now we have number 11, Arielle Dubisset-Boris, and that's her first touch of the ball. She just got on the field and has scored a try, and that's how quick you can get into the game.
Definitely. Ariel Dubisset, Boris, is such an energizer bunny. That's what I call her. Whenever she touches the ball, you know something exciting is going to happen. Even whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, she's going to do it at 100%, and it's going to be exciting, and she'll probably make a wrong decision a better decision.
She plays for the Toronto Scottish and the Ontario Women's League. Watched her play on Rogers Television and did a broadcast of that a couple of weeks ago, and her team won handily that day. So with this likely conversion, that takes it to the half-century point with still about 6 minutes to go here. That's a big score for the Mexican ladies to be absorbing. Heather, have you been on the wrong end of some scores like this, or it seems like everywhere you go there's a lot of success? So.
I don't think we've ever been on the wrong end of this kind of score here in the 7th game, but this is getting racked up pretty quickly here.
Brittany Ben gets a high restart, cleanly taken by Michelle Farah-Chalida, and she's taken down hard. And quickly stolen ball from the turnover, Bianca Farella, and she keeps it and will go all the way. And really, that's the sign of what's happening. All these tries are being scored under the post now. At first, they were out to the edges, but now they can dictate where that ball's being scored.
And that's a little bit of part of Ghana's game plan. You know, they really are working on moving the ball wide, moving it wide, and that's where the gaps open up. If your skills are on and your passing is on, you can spread them on the defense. Eventually, something's going to open up through the middle.
So Canada with the conversion. Oh, the conversion already went across. So that's the current score, 55-0 there. Did they miss the conversion?
I'm not sure.
Because that was
Between
right in
the
front.
posts.
Yeah. I would be surprised. I was looking somewhere else when that happened, but we'll check on that.
Well, Harvey's off right now, so
You're getting older, Doug.
Yeah.
It's your eyesight.
So senior moment. Green Shields kicking that one off a Mexican foot of number 4, Paulina de Los Angeles, Ilsa Barrera. Say that twice. And now that is Dubisset Boris. She's flipped that off to Bianca Farella, and now outside to number 5, Green Shields. She's tackled, but ball stays Canada side. Dubisset Boris acting as scrum half there now. And then that's a big playmaker, Julianne Zussman. So Canada being patient, and now that'll be another score to add on the pile. Amanda Thornborough scoring with just about 30 seconds left in this game now.
Yeah, Amanda Thornborough is a big St. FX player, and you'll see it in our program, in the Canadian is one of the program. There's a lot of players from St. FX. A lot of the strong universities have a strong influence in our national team program as well.
So they'll have enough time to get back underway here. So Canada getting a big cheer from the home fans for the first time ever. And a great win, 62-0, the final score in just 14 minutes. And that gives you an idea of what the other teams in this tournament are dealing with. Only the winner goes through to the Rugby World Cup in Russia next year, 2013.